I had a normal childhood. I was born healthy baby, never any problems growing up health-wise, active and involved, so it was normal. I married my husband John in 2002, and we have two children. Our son, Michael, is 12, and our daughter, Leela Marie, is 7. It was during my pregnancy with our daughter that I started having palpitations and like a flutter sensation near my throat. So I told my doctor about it, and at that point they attributed it to pregnancy-induced tachycardia symptoms. So after the pregnancy, the symptoms dissipated, and about 2.5 or 3 years later, I started noticing the palpitations again, and they became gradually more and more persistent. I did the obvious ruling out some of the possible causes, too much caffeine, maybe a change in my diet, but the reality of it was I was working out with a personal trainer, and I was also working with a nutritionist to talk about different types of diets and things like that for insulin purposes. So I was really in the best shape that I had been in, ever. Diet was good, cholesterol, blood pressure, nothing was out of the ordinary or appeared to be. So I told my doctor about it when I went back for a visit, and he suggested that we see a cardiologist to find out what the symptoms were from. They discovered a heart murmur, and during that test, saw something suspicious on the back wall of my heart, and it turned out to be a atrial septal defect, or a hole in your heart, as I guess in layman's terms is how they refer to it. Further testing showed that the hole had been there since birth. I was born with it, and it needed to be closed fairly quickly with surgery. It was scary. It was just wondering at some point, is it going to be, how in-depth this surgery would be? What is the recovery time? All those questions that go through your mind were definitely going through mine, and trying to figure out the best method to have this done. My case was a little bit different because I'd had this condition since birth, and it was undetected for so long. So the position of the hole made it somewhat challenging for the doctors to be able to repair it as it needed to be. The research that the American Heart Association does, I believe, contributes greatly to the opportunities that are out there for heart disease and recovery. The surgery went well. We had no complications, and they considered it a success. Everything went well as they had expected, and here I am. I think what could have happened but didn't happen is something that not all people are lucky to talk about. It was a very short-term type procedure that was done. I was home the next day, and within 2 weeks I had resumed most of my normal activities. It's really given me a renewed type of outlook on my life, because it could have been more serious. Had it not been detected, or I would have chosen not to listen to my body, it could have proved a very different outcome. Listen to your body. Get all of the tests that are suggested by your doctor. If something doesn't feel right, don't ignore it. Talk to your doctor about it. Follow their suggestions and their advice. My son Michael is a very big athlete, loves to play basketball, always outside doing something. So being outside with him and being able to shoot hoops with him on impulse, or come walk with me and do this, or let's go run down here and see this, and being physically able to do that without becoming short of breath or having heart flutters or palpitations means a lot to him and me. Knowing that I'm here to be able to participate in that is wonderful. It's a wonderful feeling. My daughter likes the outdoors as well. She likes to bike ride a lot, and so we're outside just as much. A lot of us all together, we're outside a lot, and being able to be outside with her, she likes to plant flowers, so we're outside and we're able to enjoy that too. It means so much to know that one small decision that I made in telling my doctor has resulted in such a big, huge positive outcome for the rest of my life.